This is Physics Chapter 2. Today we'll be covering measurement of time and measurement of temperature. Time is the interval between two events occurring at a given place. The SI unit of time is seconds. Now, the unit seconds is used in all the three unit systems which we have studied. Now, the other part which is interesting is that we do not use the sub-multiples of seconds normally. We only use the multiples. Although the sub-multiples of seconds are pico, nano, micro, we only use the multiples, that is minutes, hours, days, even weeks and years. This is something which we all know, that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds, 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, 24 hours is equal to 1 day. Similarly, 1 week is equal to 7 days, 1 month is equal to 4 weeks, or 1 year is equal to 365 days or 52 weeks. So, in the measurement of time, we only go towards the multiples, the quantities, the units which are larger than second. In the olden times, people used to measure time using sundials. Sundials is basically a big base, round base, which has a 3D triangle on it. The shadow of the triangle, where it is falling on this circular base, and what is the length of the shadow, used to tell us the time. Next, water clocks and sand clocks were also used. Water clocks were mainly used by the Egyptians. The water used to fall from a higher level to lower level, and this motion of the water would move a dial or a needle to show the time. Sand clocks have been seen are still available as showpiece mostly. Sand clocks were mostly used by the Romans. Here, the sand clock could be smaller or larger in size depending on what time was to be measured. The smaller sand clocks were used to measure smaller time periods like half an hour, 1 hour or 2 hours. And larger ones were used to measure larger time periods like 6 hours, 12 hours or 24 hours. The concept was, if I was using a sand clock for 1 hour, then it will take 1 hour for the sand to fall from the upper chamber to the lower chamber. Then came the pendulum clock. Pendulum clock made use of keys and gears to run. The motion of the pendulum, the to and fro motion of the pendulum, was used to run the clock. So, the oscillation, that to and fro motion of the pendulum, was used to run the clock and calculate the time. Again, since the pendulum clock was run with keys and gears, so we had to turn the key and set the key again and again. It was like a toy, जो चाबी से चलने वाले खिलौने होते हैं. When you turn the key, the toy will move for a little time or perform for a little time and then it will stop. Similarly, the pendulum clocks also had keys which had to be turned and they could then work for a particular time. Then came the wall clock. Everyone has a wall clock in their homes. It is run on cells. Wristwatches, alarm clock, all these clocks use the quartz crystal in it. The oscillation of the quartz crystal is used to measure time. Then the stopwatch. Stopwatch does not show the time, it only measures time with high precision. Precision means accuracy. So whenever we want to take note of how much time is used to do a certain thing, like for races, for example, how much time was taken by every athlete to finish the race, then we use a stopwatch. Now, these stopwatches are also available in the mobile phones. You can use them to understand the application better. Clock time. How are these clocks showing the time? There are two formats, the 12-hour format and the 24-hour format. In the 12-hour format, we use suffixes AM, PM in the small or in the capital. ICSE board prefers the capital ones with the dots in between. So please take note of the pattern. What we do here is, this is the most commonly used format. The simple clock which we have indicates the time midnight to noon is calculated as AM, and from noon to midnight back is calculated as PM. So if this is 11 in the morning, then the time will be 11 AM. Similarly, if it is 3 in the afternoon, then the time will be 3 PM. The 24-hour format clock uses 0 hour as 12 midnight. Then we have 5 AM in the morning, 6 AM, 10 AM, 11 AM, 12 noon. Then we do not use the PM format. We use the next hour. 12 के बाद 13 आता है. So 1 o'clock or 1 PM will be indicated as 13 hours. Similarly, 2 o'clock will be indicated as 14 hours. 6 o'clock will be indicated as 18 hours. 8 o'clock is indicated as 20 hours. 11 o'clock in the night or 11 PM is indicated as 23 hours. And when we reach the 12 midnight again, the clock is set back to 0. These two format clocks are available in the mobile phones. You can see them, how they work. Next comes the measurement of temperature. Temperature is basically the degree of heat. How much heat does an object have? If the heat is less, the object is said to be cold. If the heat is more, the object is said to be hot. So, the degree of hotness or coldness is measured by the thermometer. The degree of hotness or coldness of an object is called temperature, and this temperature is measured by thermometer. We have 3 unit scales to measure temperature. The SI unit is Kelvin, represented by capital A, capital K. Second scale is Fahrenheit scale, represented by degree Fahrenheit. Third is the Celsius scale, represented by degree Celsius. For example, we measure the temperatures as 38 degrees Celsius, 40 degrees Celsius, boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius, melting point of iron is 1550 degrees Celsius, etc. The thermometers are of two types: laboratory thermometer, clinical thermometer. Laboratory thermometer is used to measure the room temperature as well as the temperature of substances in a laboratory. Clinical thermometer is used by the doctors in their clinics or in the hospital to measure the temperature of bodies of humans or animals. Now the thermometers, both the types, use a liquid metal called mercury. Because mercury is silvery and shiny, it expands on heating, so it is used to read the temperature. Basically what we do here is, the thermometer is filled up with mercury thread or mercury. When the thermometer is immersed in an object to measure the temperature, the mercury will move up to indicate the reading. These are the temperature readings. Mostly for the scale of the thermometer, that is the range of the thermometer, कि हम temperature कहाँ से कहाँ तक की range में measure कर सकते हैं. We have the range as 0 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. 0 degrees Celsius is the freezing point of water where the water becomes ice, and 100 degrees Celsius is the boiling point of water where water becomes vapor. 3 types of scales have been mentioned to measure the temperature. First we'll discuss Celsius scale. In the Celsius scale, we use the range from 0 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius as mentioned here. The Celsius scale is also read as the centigrade scale. So if the temperature outside is 40 degrees Celsius, we can also say that it is 40 degree centigrade. Next comes the Kelvin scale. This is the SI unit again of temperature. Here we do not use the word degree. So when I say temperature in the Kelvin scale, for example, the temperature of a certain substance is 300, we will say 300 Kelvin instead of 300 degree Kelvin. Degree word is not used. In the Kelvin scale, the lower fixed point is 273 Kelvin and the upper fixed point is 373 Kelvin. Here we do not have the scale starting from 0. So 0 degrees Celsius is equal basically to 273 Kelvins. Now the Kelvin scale also moves up by 1 degree or 1 count like the Celsius scale. Third is the Fahrenheit scale. It was given by the scientist G.D. Fahrenheit. He was a German scientist. The symbol is capital F. The Fahrenheit scale also starts from 32 degree Fahrenheit to 212 degree Fahrenheit. So the lower point is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. We can also say that 0 degrees Celsius is equal to 32 degree Fahrenheit. The clinical thermometers which we used at our homes or in the doctor's clinic or in the hospitals are like this. These thermometers show both the types of readings. Here in the lower line they are showing the scale in degrees Celsius and in the upper line they are showing the scale in degrees Fahrenheit. The temperature of the body is human body is 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 degree Fahrenheit when you do not have a fever. So that is why the range is taken from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius and 95 degree Fahrenheit to 108 degree Fahrenheit. So when we say you have a fever of 100 degrees Fahrenheit, we are basically saying that this is the difference between the temperature of the body. Now, this is the fever you have, this is the temperature you have higher than the normal temperature. On page 32, we have activity 1 to find the temperature of water. Here we have used an iron stand, a beaker of water and a laboratory thermometer which is suspended into the water. To measure the temperature, you have to take the reading of the thermometer when the thermometer is immersed in water. अगर हम थर्मामीटर को पानी से निकालेंगे तो थर्मामीटर का मर्क्यूरी रूम टेम्परेचर की तरफ शो करने लग जाएगा instead of the water. So when you have to take the reading of water, the thermometer has to be immersed in water. But now when we use a clinical thermometer, we cannot keep the thermometer in the mouth of the patient and then take the reading. It is not practical. So what we have here is a small constriction or kink. This makes sure that the mercury will not go back to the 0 reading or the minimum reading when we take out the thermometer out of the patient's mouth. So the doctor simply takes the thermometer out of the patient's mouth and then takes the reading from the eye level. The reading will not go anywhere until it is read and the thermometer is jerked to show the drop the reading again. Now the precautions while using a clinical thermometer. The thermometer should be washed before and after every use. That is why in the clinics we can see that the thermometer is dipped in an antiseptic liquid and so that it is always clean. Before measuring the temperature of a person, ensure that the mercury level is below 35 degrees Celsius. अगर थर्मामीटर ऑलरेडी रीडिंग शो कर रहा है तो वो करंट पेशेंट की रीडिंग ठीक से नहीं लेगा. दैट इज़ वाई वी हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट मर्क्यूरी इज़ बिलो 35 डिग्री सेल्सियस. इसके लिए हम क्या कहते हैं, वी गिव अ फ्यू सॉफ्ट जर्क्स टू द थर्मामीटर. हम थर्मामीटर को थोड़ा थोड़ा धीरे धीरे झटक देते हैं ताकि मर्क्यूरी की रीडिंग नीचे आ जाए. नेवर होल्ड द थर्मामीटर बाय द बल्ब. This part is the bulb of the thermometer. This is used to measure the temperature. So we are not supposed to hold the thermometer by this part. Keep the thermometer properly under the tongue of the person for at least 1 minute. जो थर्मामीटर है टेम्परेचर लेने के लिए उसको हम अपनी टंग के अंडर रखते हैं for at least 1 minute. If we are measuring the temperature or fever of a child or a baby, then the thermometer is kept under their armpit. And the reading is usually taken 1 degree more than the reading of the thermometer shown in case of children only. To read the temperature, the thermometer should be held at eye level. Never wash the thermometer in hot water, or otherwise what can do, hot water can break the glass and the mercury can leak out. So this is for today. Tomorrow we'll continue with the area, measurement of area and use of graphs.